Hi everyone, it's Ludo, and welcome back to RenovHome. Today we're back for a new renovation video in the house, and for this one, I'm taking you into the bathroom. Alright, you'll need a bit of imagination, but still, it's a big step. This will be the very first bathroom in the house. Because honestly, up until now, there wasn't really a proper one here. At least not what we'd expect from a modern bathroom. Before we start, I made a quick 3D animation. It's not perfect, but it should help you understand the layout. Let's rotate to the area we're working on, and let's do a quick recap of what's been done so far. We have the 2 posts installed on the ground floor in episodes 1 and 2. Then we moved upstairs in episodes 4 and 5 to build this floor, where the bathroom will be. After that, we worked on the upper level, creating the stair opening and the surrounding floor. Then I took a break from the floors and went back downstairs to turn a window into a French door. That was episodes 10, 11, and 12. By the way, about episode 12, I messed up. I honestly don't even know how I managed it, but I somehow deleted the French version. Since it was a recent upload when I noticed, I didn't want to re-upload it right away. It would have been weird seeing the same episode pop up again. So I'll re-upload it later, when I get back to working on that ground floor room. But if you really want to watch it now, the English version is still available. So, yeah, that happened. Alright, let's go back upstairs. This is where the bathroom is going to be. So here we are. Well, where the future bathroom will be. I'm starting by cutting the first metal framing section. I'm using 70mm rails for this part, and for every rail that goes on the floor, I'm adding a self-adhesive resilient strip underneath. Same one I used before. Some of you might remember it from the greenhouse build. On the left side, we've got a load-bearing wall connected to the exterior walls. So I'm adding a small layer of insulation return on that wall. Then I fix everything into the joists below and start building the framing on the other side. Here, I can't rely on the existing walls. Nothing is square. So I'm using my shower tray, 120 by 80 centimeters, as a reference to get everything aligned. You can see I'm placing the rail a bit away from the stone wall. That's because I've often read that insulation shouldn't be directly against stone walls. Leaving a small gap helps prevent condensation issues. I place the tray again and use pieces of drywall to simulate the final wall thickness. That way, I can locate exactly where the drain will sit. Once marked, I unpack the drain I bought. It's an ultra-flat one with a side outlet, and I keep the part that needs to be recessed into the wooden floor. I mark the diameter, grab the jigsaw, and cut the opening. Then I make room for the drain pipe, and that's good to go. Next, I start working on the future sink drain using 40mm PVC pipes. I installed a half batten on the wall to hold the pipe clamp. remove a bit of plaster so it sits flat, fix it properly, and add a bracket at the bottom for extra support. And of course, Pookie shows up. Always curious. He has to come check what's going on. Now that I've got the right screws, everything holds properly. I dry fit everything and make space so the pipe can run under the floor. Next step, ceiling rails. I use a laser to transfer the floor layout up to the ceiling, measure, cut, and install. Since it's a renovation, I have to adapt to what I want to keep visible, so I improvise a few custom brackets to anchor everything properly. Instead of a spirit level, I just use the laser to align the vertical studs. Then I reinforce the structure by adding a 48mm rail behind the 70mm studs to tie everything together. I also add a wooden batten pressed against the wall for extra rigidity. Now I'm building the frame for the shower niche. I distribute the studs on both sides. Don't rely too much on my metal framing techniques. I'm definitely not a specialist. I'm just figuring things out as I go. When setting the niche height, you have to consider all the future layers. Rater-proofing, siles plus adhesive. So the visible niche height will be smaller than what you measure now. I build the frame, reinforce it, and double up certain parts. I also add a slight slope so water drains properly into the shower tray. Then I reinforce the corners. That's my way of making everything more rigid. Now, this bed headboard. I keep moving it around. At first, I wanted to move it upstairs, but honestly, I don't feel like using the hoist right now. So I just move it out of the way. Again. Next, I build a small partition between the two posts. One will stay visible, the other will be hidden. I use 48mm rails and connect everything up to the ceiling. You'll understand later why I started this partition, even though it's mostly outside the bathroom. Then I place the shower tray again and start closing off the bathroom with another partition. Again, I use spacers to account for drywall thickness. This is also where the door will be. I align everything using the laser, install a support batten in the ceiling, and fix the rails properly. Then I build the vertical framing, including a small offset because I'm planning a pocket door, DIY style. To create a curved opening for the handle, I cut a plaster rail at regular intervals so I can bend it into shape. It doesn't need to be perfect. It'll be covered later anyway. And that's pretty much it for this episode. I hope I didn't make too many mistakes with the framing. and I'll see you very soon for the next one. Take care. This was Ludo on RenovHome.